Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Brielle Tarot. Today, the energy speaks of revelation. People are growing deeply curious about you. The world is beginning to see you, not as who you once were, but as who you are becoming. A living masterpiece in motion. Let's dive into the cards and uncover what the universe wants to show you about this powerful unfolding of your light. The first card that appeared was Death, and this doesn't mean a frightening end. Instead, it's a sign of rebirth. You've gone through something really heavy. Maybe the feeling of being left behind, losing direction, or feeling like no one understands you. But actually, the universe has been clearing your path from things that no longer deserve to stay. So, if you felt lonely for a while, that wasn't punishment. It was your transition phase into becoming the best version of yourself. Then came the Fool. This is amazing because after you've died energetically, you're being reborn as someone full of new enthusiasm. You're starting to find the courage to take steps forward again, even if you don't yet know where you're going. What's interesting is that people around you are starting to notice the change. They're curious, like, "You seem different lately, don't you?" There's a new aura, maybe from the way you speak, your calm gaze, or an indescribable energy. You look more alive, lighter, and your magnetism is growing stronger. Next, the Four of Swords appears. This shows that you took some time to withdraw. Maybe you disappeared from social media, from friends, or even from someone you used to love. But it was in that silence that you found peace. You learned that not everything needs to be chased. Sometimes, by pausing, you actually find the right direction. And now, you're starting to rise again, slowly but surely. The universe gave you time to heal, and now, you're ready to shine once more. The next card, King of Cups, reflects your emotional growth. You're no longer easily swayed by emotions. You can now manage your feelings with maturity. Maybe you used to get hurt, disappointed, or jealous easily, but now you're more stable. And that energy shows. People around you are starting to see you as someone who's calm yet deep. They feel comfortable around you without even knowing why. They're curious. Who are you really? And that's when the Magician shows up. This is powerful. It means you're in a phase of major manifestation. Whatever you focus on can become reality. You're radiating strong energy right now. You might be the center of attention without realizing it. Maybe someone from your past is quietly checking up on you again, or perhaps someone new is secretly drawn to you. Your energy is like a light in the dark, impossible to ignore. Then comes the Page of Pentacles. This signals a new beginning, whether it's a project, idea, job, or relationship. You're starting to learn new things with great enthusiasm. People are starting to wonder, what are you up to? You seem busy, but always happy. They don't realize that you're quietly building something big. The Seven of Pentacles shows that you've already planted many seeds. You've worked hard, been patient, and now the results are slowly starting to show. What's most interesting is, many people are watching your progress with a mix of admiration and envy. They never thought you'd make it this far. You seem calm, but behind the scenes, you've been incredibly productive. Then comes the Queen of Wands, the most radiant energy of all. You've become someone charismatic, bold, confident, with a natural magnetism. You don't have to try hard to be noticed. People just turn to look. There's an aura of, I know who I am, and I don't need anyone's validation. And this kind of energy makes people even more drawn to you. Many are quietly talking about you, thinking about you at night for no clear reason. You're being shown off by the universe, darling. Your energy is being displayed to the world, and the world is responding. Finally, the last card, Two of Cups. This signifies a sweet new connection, a mutual understanding, or even reconciliation with someone who once drifted away. One thing's for sure. Love is coming your way. Someone who's been silent is starting to realize that you're different. You're not just attractive on the outside. There's depth that they can't walk away from. So, if lately you've been seeing strange signs, dreaming of someone suddenly remembering an old flame, or feeling like someone's thinking of you, it's not a coincidence. Your energy is intertwining with theirs. And the universe is aligning you with someone who finally matches your frequency. Who is secretly watching you right now? The first card that appeared was Justice. and this immediately shows that the connection between you and this person used to be unbalanced. There was something unfair in the past between you two. Maybe you gave everything, while they hesitated, weighed things out, or even turned a blind eye to the truth that was right in front of them. But now, the universe is restoring balance. This person is experiencing a reflection of energy. The universe is teaching them what it feels like to lose someone genuine, to watch you finally choose yourself. And now, quietly, they're watching you from a distance, trying to understand why they were so selfish before. The next card, 7 of Wands, shows that you've become more firm in protecting your energy. You no longer allow just anyone to enter your space carelessly. This person knows that. They can feel that you have boundaries now, a strong protective wall. Maybe they once thought you were predictable, easy to handle, but now you've become mysterious. And that's exactly what makes them even more curious. They can no longer read your energy. You're not the same person they used to know. You've learned a lot, and now you know when to stand your ground and when to walk away. Then comes the World, and this is extraordinary. You've closed a major cycle in your life. You've completed a lesson that once caused you pain. You've grown into someone whole, someone who no longer needs validation from anyone, and that's what leaves the person watching you in awe. They might have once thought you'd fall apart without them, but now they see you shining, growing, and looking more peaceful than ever. From afar, they look at you with a mix of regret and admiration. They may never admit it, but deep down, they envy your calm. Next comes the Fool, a sign that you're beginning a new chapter. You're now brave enough to try things that once scared you. You're no longer afraid of failure because you know that every step is part of your journey toward true happiness. Ironically, just as you let go of the weight, someone from your past begins to lose control. They feel confused. How can they be happy without me? But you're not pretending to be happy. You've truly learned to be happy on your own, and that makes them even more curious. What's your secret now? Then appears the 8 of Wands. This signals fast-moving energy. It could mean that this person is seriously thinking about reaching out to you. Maybe through a short message, social media, or even through subtle signals that you sense intuitively. Sometimes you suddenly think of them for no reason, or dream about them. That's no coincidence. The energy of communication is beginning to flow again. But strangely, every time they're about to move, fear holds them back. They're afraid you're no longer the same, afraid you've truly moved on. Then comes the Queen of Pentacles, bringing soft, stable, nurturing energy. This represents you, now standing with grace and self-respect. You no longer feel the need to prove anything. You're content with yourself. You're focused on building comfort, career, inner peace, and a healthy relationship with yourself. And this energy, my dear, is deeply magnetic. This person sees you not just as beautiful or attractive, but as someone who possesses something money can't buy. Serenity born from your healing. You've become a symbol of gentle strength, not because you've never been broken, but because you were broken and chose to rise again. The 6 of Wands reinforces this. You're in your season of victory. Whether you realize it or not, many people are now noticing you. Maybe you've recently achieved something, or maybe you just look more confident, more radiant, more grounded. And the one secretly watching you knows this very well. They know you don't need anyone's applause. You've won simply because you endured. And that kind of victory, the one born from peace, is far more powerful than any recognition. This person sees you as someone who stepped onto the stage, while they sit in the audience, watching with a heart full of regret. Then comes the Tower, a sudden awakening that shatters illusions. This person is now in a phase of being forcefully awakened. Maybe they once thought losing you wouldn't affect them much, but the universe gave them a reality check. Something in their life has fallen apart. It could be a failed relationship, a stressful job, or an inexplicable loneliness. All of it isn't punishment from you. It's the universe's way of teaching them never to underestimate a sincere heart. And from the rubble of their life, they realize you weren't just anyone. You came into their life with meaning. The next card, 5 of Swords, shows a deep inner conflict. They're trying to convince themselves that they don't care. But every time they see you, through photos, updates, or even through their intuition, regret haunts them. They feel defeated, not because you won, but because they realize they lost someone truly genuine. They once wanted to win in ego, but now they've lost in love. Finally, the Three of Pentacles closes this reading with an energy of learning and acknowledgement. This suggests that this person now wants to make things right. They're starting to think, what if I came back differently? What if I tried to rebuild things slowly on a healthier foundation? But the universe reminds you, you don't have to accept someone back just because they regret leaving. You can open the door, but you can also close it peacefully. Because you're no longer the one waiting. You're the one chosen. By the universe, by life, and eventually, by love that truly matches your soul. So, who is secretly watching you now? It's someone who once took you for granted, but is now learning the meaning of loss through the best version of you. They might not have the courage to come forward yet, but they're watching. They remember. And with every confident step you take, they bow their head, not out of hatred, but out of admiration and shame. You are not hiding. You are shining. And because of that, you are being seen by the universe and by them. Thank you, loves, for sharing this space with Brielle Tarot. Remember, you are no longer hidden in the crowd. You are being seen, felt, and admired for the truth of your soul. The world is watching, not in judgment, but in awe, because you are evolving into art itself. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Keep our energies connected as your story continues to unfold. Until next time, may your light move freely, and may your soul shine fearlessly.